Oh, okay. You're welcome.
I leave my purse here and then they stick it on the floor. So I set it over there. I don't need it.
Right, we are live on YouTube. So welcome everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Was beginning to wonder if anybody was going to come up on, was ever going to sign on to Zoom.
They finally?
We have Paula and we have Lene. All right, we are just using the computer tonight, not the sound system. I hope y'all can hear me.
We can hear you.
I know you can.
We can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
So you need to put them on.
No, they don't.
No, we don't have it set up. We don't have it hooked up.
Because Lacey is.
All right, we are going to begin our Shabbat worship this evening on page 10. Page 10. If you have the big book, page 128. Hine Matov. Hine Matov Umanaim Sheve Kulanu Beyachad. Hine Matov Umanaim Sheve Kulanu Beyachad. Hine Matov, Hine Matov. Ya la 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 la. Hine Matov, Hine Matov. Ya la 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 la. Hine Matov Umanaim Sheve Kulanu Beyachad. Hine Matov Umanaim Sheve Kulanu Beyachad. We are going to continue with the lighting of the Shabbat candles on pages 2 and 3, pages 120, 121 in the big book. You have the regular one. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Please join me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat. We continue on page 9, page 127 in the big book. Let's read together at the bottom of the page. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love, we offer thanks and blessing, O God. Page 20, 138 in the big book, L'Chadodi. As always, we'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we reach verse 9, we rise and face the rear of the sanctuary to welcome the Sabbath bride. Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nikabela la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nikabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat, nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmi'anu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem tiferet v'litchila la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor habiracha, merosh mikedem nisucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Hitoreri, ki va'orek umiori, uri shedaberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'v'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Boi chala, la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene Shabbat nikabela. A covenant from outside the prayer book by Joanne Fink. May you be still enough to hear the call and to know what you are meant to do. May you have the courage to respond with openness, even when the path ahead is not yet clear. May you trust that the Holy One can speak through longing, through love, through creativity, through community, and through the quiet wisdom of your soul. And may all you do and all you say flow from a place of purpose, possibility, and love. We continue with the Chatzi Kaddish on page 26, page 144 in the Big Book. Yikadav Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon u'vyomechon, u'chayedecho Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, u'vizman kariv, V'meru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach, lehalam li'amei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha brichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'ama, v'yimeru. Amen. We turn to page 28, 146 in the big book for our call to worship, the Baruch Hu. As able, we rise and remain standing through the Shema. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamivorach. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Le'olam va'ed. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la la. Page 31, 149 in the big book. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Page 33, 151 in the big book. Let's read responsively in the middle of the page. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol.
All these things your Torah gives to us.
And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives.
What could be a truer token of your abiding love?
Then this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Page 34, 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Le'malchuto, Le'olam, Le'olam va'ed. We are seated. And let's continue together on page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ela asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlachtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot ayadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha lema'an tizkeru v'asitem ekol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem Emet. Page 41, 159, let's read together. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home, flee no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Page 4158. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. No ratehilot, oh say fetlev, malchutecha ra'uvanecha, bokei ayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai loch le'olam va'ed, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha edar b'kodesh. Page 43, 161 in the big book. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haparei sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. Page 44, 162. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam, berit olam, beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz, uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash shavat vayinafash, oti le'olam. We continue on page 46, 164 in the big book. As able, we rise for the tefillah. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor V'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach Umorid HaGasham, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Baal Givurot, Umidam Melech, Melech Memit, Umechayeh, Umatzmeach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Ata L'Hachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kadoshim B'chol Yom Yehalalucha Selah. Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. We are seated. We continue on page 59, 177 in the big book. When we behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch Atah Adonai, Hatov Shimcha U'Lecha Na'eh Lahodot. On page 61, 171 in the big book, let's read together our prayer for peace. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch Atah Adonai, Hamavarech et Amo Yisrael Bashalom. We take a few moments for silent reflection and prayer, using the words on the next few pages or those that flow from our hearts. page 62, 180 in the big book. Yehiyu leratzon imrei fi vehegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri Vegoali. Rob, come on up. Rob has a birthday this week. Come on over here where they can see you on.
Okay.
There we go. God of day and years, author of life, our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessing of life and for all that enriches our lives. We gather today in special thankfulness to share in Rob's birthday joy. May he be blessed with health and happiness and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. And may we have the privilege of coming together for many more years to celebrate his birthday together with family, loved ones, and this holy congregation. As together we say, Amen. And let's join together in Shehachianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehachayanu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of all, for giving us life, for sustaining us, and for enabling us to reach this wonderful moment. Happy birthday!
Thank you.
And you want your birthday lollipop?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
What flavor did you choose? Red or orange?
That's the flavor, red. Love it. We turn our thoughts to those in need of healing of mind, body, and spirit on page 253, page 371 in the big book. 253, 371 in the big book. Mi shabirach avotenu ve'imotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu yivarech et hacholim. April Bell, Elaine Boshnak, Bruce Dalby, Brian Dalby, Nell Dalby, Lacey Dalby, Carolyn Dowland, Stuart Dowland, Dolores Ettinger, Barbara Frisbee, Heidi Heichman, Irene Heichman, Rick Kramer, Mary Krause, Pastor Sandra Lifesti, Linda Manning, Robert Manning III, Dennis Martin, Shannon McFarland, Jonathan Meyer, Carol Miller, James Phillips, Joe Robley, Pamela Roberto, Scott Rosen, Jeannie Solony, Shimshon ben Avraham V'Sarah, Mike Stern, Katie Trujillo, April Thomason, Karen Usatine, Steve Weintraub, Marvin Zimmerman. Are there others for whom we are praying for healing this Shabbat? Andrea?
Jason Mahoney.
Thank you. Anybody? Rob? Anybody else in the room? Anybody on Zoom?
Neil Midman.
Eileen?
Ronnie Hanson, Jerry Grant. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you. For those we've named and those we name in our hearts, we continue. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yimalei Rachamim Aleichem, Lahachat Limam Ulrapotam Ulahachazikam, V'yishlach Lahem Mehera Refuah Shleima Min Hashamayim, Refuat HaNefesh, Refuat HaGuf, Hashta B'Agala B'Zman Kariv, V'Nomar. Amen. And we continue with the Misha Berach that we sing in the middle of the page. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. In Cheder, the Hebrew elementary school of the late 19th and early 20th century Eastern Europe, boys began learning Torah at age 5. They began with the book of Vayikra, which we call in English Leviticus. This practice is still followed in contemporary schools that follow the Cheder model, mostly in the Haredi ultra-Orthodox world. I'm fascinated that they begin their studies not with the Torah's opening words, as God was beginning to create, but instead with Vayikra el Moshe, and God called to Moses. That is to say, they begin with Leviticus, with its sprinkled blood and burnt kidneys and laws about skin disease that couldn't be further from the post-sacrificial Judaism that most contemporary Jews know and cherish. It's easy to shy away from Leviticus. The middle book of the Torah, Leviticus, is rife with the details of a sacrificial system we haven't practiced in the better part of 2,000 years. And most contemporary Jews have no interest in returning to pre-rabbinic Judaism, which makes Leviticus even more alien and alienating. The first portion in the book of Vayikra is also called, surprise, Vayikra. The word means, and God called. The first word of this biblical book is characterized by a textual oddity. In Torah scrolls, which are still handwritten with quill and ink on parchment, the final letter of that first word, the silent aleph, is always written extra small. Without that aleph, the word would mean, and God happened upon, Vayikar. With the aleph, it means, and God called. Midrash teaches that Moses wanted to write Vayikar without the final aleph, as though God had merely happened upon him. But God insisted otherwise. God didn't just happen upon Moses, but called out to Moses on purpose. In the end, they compromised. The letter is there, but it's tiny. Set aside for the moment whether or not you believe the Torah was given to Moses in full on Mount Sinai, and whether or not you believe that the details of scribal practice are divinely proclaimed. What interests me about this story, this push and pull between Moses' humility and God's insistence that Moses has a role, is that it's in our canon to begin with. One way of reading Torah suggests that every character in the Torah can be found within the reader. This suggests that we too have moments of being humble like Moses, and we too have moments of recognizing that we are not merely an accident of happenstance. I think we can all relate to Moses' humility. Who am I, after all, to hear a direct call from the Holy One? But in this telling, at least, God insists otherwise. God calls us into service. God knows that we have gifts the world needs, even if we don't always see them in ourselves. Our lives are no coincidence. We are placed here for a reason. The difference between Vayikra with an aleph at the end and God called, and Vayikar and God happened upon without the aleph is tiny, especially when the Aleph itself is tiny. The difference between a life where God's presence is manifest in everyday miracles and a life where divinity feels absent may be equally so. If I'm awake to God's presence in what's unfolding for me right now, then I may feel called. And if I'm not awake to that presence, it may seem to me that life just happens. The difference between feeling as though life is a series of happenstances and feeling as though life has purpose and meaning lies in our willingness to tune our internal frequencies in order to hear what's concealed within the sounds of silence. Aleph is a silent letter. One Hasidic teaching holds that it contains the entirety of the Torah compressed within it. Because it's the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, it can represent the infinite within the singularity of the one. In the Torah, as we've received it, this Aleph at the end of the word in Vayikra is tiny, like a seed or a spark. It's a kernel of potential. If we attune ourselves to divine presence, then the first word of this Torah portion is Vayikra, and God called. If we shrug off the possibility of divinity or the experience of wonder, then the first word becomes simply Vayikar, and God happened upon. Perhaps when the work of healing creation is complete, the tiny Aleph in the word Vayikra will become as large as the other letters, because we will have done the work of figuring out how to aptly balance ego and humility, awareness of our insignificance with awareness of our power. Just as silence can contain the promise of every possible sound, the silent Aleph can contain the promise of every possible letter and word. I wonder what we will hear if we quiet our minds and listen for what reverberates in the silent Aleph at the end of this Parsha's first word. Shabbat Shalom. We have a number of announcements. First off, you can still attend the Passover cooking class on Sunday at 2 p.m. if you're interested, but please let me know tonight so that we can prepare for you. Gather tonight for our monthly no-host dinner at Naples Italian Ristorante and Pizza on Hebner Road at Northwest Military. The address is in your bulletin. Next Friday night, there will not be a Friday night service. Instead, we will gather together on Saturday morning for a Shabbat morning service with a potluck Kiddush lunch and Torah study. James Burchett, the newborn son of Carrie and Minal Burchett, will receive his Hebrew name. If you plan to attend next Saturday, please RSVP and let us know what you want to bring for the lunch. The Congregation Shalom Mahjong Club will meet on Saturday, Saturday, March 28th, after the service and lunch at 1:30 for Mahjong. Sign up now for the annual second night Passover Seder on April 2nd at 6 p.m. The deadline is quickly approaching. We have to give our numbers to Roger very soon, so we'd appreciate your RSVP by the end of the weekend. Celebrate Congregation Shalom's 5th anniversary with a dinner and raffle at Mi Familia at the Rim on Sunday, May 3rd from 5 to 8. More details to come very soon. Anything I missed? Okay. Then we will continue with the concluding portion of our service, beginning with Aleinu L'Shabeach. You will find it on page 283, 587 in the big book, continuing immediately on page 287, 591. As able, we rise. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'teit gedula liotzer breshit, shehu samchalkeinu li'ached et shemo, v'gor aleinu להמליך מלכותו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Page 295, 599 in the big book. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Is there anybody observing a Yahrzeit or remembering somebody for Kaddish? Anybody on Zoom? We remember 10 people who perished in the Holocaust: Shlomo Gutman, Regina Roth, Veronica Benko, Dejo Velvart, Lunia Kozak, Manya Baum, Kartowski, Rachel Moses, Lola Hiller, and Julius Krause. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for blessing, as we turn to the words of the Mourner's Kaddish on page 294, 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ulalmei almaya. Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yit pa'ar v'yit romam v'yit naseh. V'yit hadar v'yit alev v'yit halal shemei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da amiran be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace in the heavens help us to make peace here on earth and send peace to all who are bereaved as we say, amen. Please be seated. We are going to conclude this evening on page 330, 634, I'm sorry. Yeah, same thing. 330, 634 in the big book. 330, 634 in the big book. I keep forgetting there's more than one on a page. Ki Yeshmera Shabbat. Ki Yeshmera Shabbat El Yishmereni. Ki Yeshmera Shabbat El Yishmereni. Oti le'om eyad beino uveini. Oti le'om eyad beino uveini. Ki yeshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Ki yeshmera Shabbat el yishmereni. Oti le'om eyad beino uveini. Oti le'om eyad beino uveini. Shabbat shalom. Who would like to lead us in the Kiddush this evening? Don't all jump at once. All right, I'll do it. Page 5, 123 in the big book, if you'd like to follow along.
All right.
Which is one?
Dark is one. If you're in it, put your finger in it. You own it. All right.
Thank you.
Okey-doke. All right, Rabbi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lamikra'e kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lachem min haaretz v'tei avon.
Good Shabbos.
It's up at the top of the Talmud. It's better, it's going to go straight up here, but it's supposed to.
Good Shabbos, Dennis.